This is Onslow the Undead. This is Brainfood Reviewed. And 31 Days of Horror. Today, I got to talk about a classic film. Now, most of you know, not too long ago, we lost a zombie icon. Let's just call him a zombie icon, George Romero. And I already reviewed Night of the Living Dead, but I wanted to do a little tribute again. So we're going to review Dawn of the Dead. That's George Romero's second film. It's an iconic film from 1978, written and directed by George Romero, starring David Emge, Ken Foree, Scott Reiniger, and Galen Ross. Also, you will find Tom Savini as a biker, and George Romero himself playing a TV producer. So let's get right into it. 5 worst things about the film. I thought that occasionally the chaos scenes toward the beginning of the film kind of overshadowed and maybe interfered a little bit with like the storyline of the characters. It's a little bit hard to follow. Maybe it was intentional, I don't know. Number 2, the sound effects. Particularly some of the sound effects when the character of Peter is punching zombies. They honestly sound ridiculous, some of them. The logical decision-making skills of the characters, and like in a lot of zombie films, are just, it doesn't seem to be present sometimes. So when they go into to the mall, I'm just going to give that away because that's going to be coming out later anyway in here, is they just turn on everything. It's like, I mean, why would you, knowing that there's an event going on out there, why would you waste all that power? That's just ridiculous. So, number 4, there, just like in Night of the Living Dead, there's a main female character, but she's written extremely weak. It's an extremely weak character who kind of relies on her male counterparts to take care of her and to protect her and save her. And even at one point, I think she makes some comment about wanting to make them breakfast or something, and I'm like, oh my God, we need a strong female character. Not in this movie. And number 5, some of the everyday scenes of life going on just drug out, and it kind of drug the movie out. I didn't think it was really necessary to show some of those things, but either way, there you go. All right, the 5 best things about this movie. Number 5, the helicopter blade, cutting that guy's head off, the top of that zombie's head off, that was pretty sweet. I liked it. Number 4, the introduction of the shopping mall into zombie movies. I mean, it's become iconic now. It's so associated with zombie films, the shopping mall, but this was the one that actually put those together. I liked the news reports, just like in Night of the Living Dead, where they had the news reports on the radio and the TV, and it kind of played out what was happening in the bigger world versus what was happening to these specific characters. And we get the same thing in Dawn of the Dead. Number 2, I like George Romero's zombie variety, the types of zombies that are out there. The Hare Krishna zombie, the nun zombie, the baseball player zombie, the US Air Force zombie. You see them all walking around, and they're not all important to the plot of the film, but it's nice to see that there's variety. Okay, these were people who were everyday parts of life, and now they're here. And it just makes it fun. And the number 1 best thing about this film really was Ken Foree. I think Ken Foree did a fantastic job playing Peter, and I really kind of feel like he stole the film almost. He was just so good at playing that character, and I think he's become associated with that movie because of that performance. So it was 10 years from the time that George Romero made Night of the Living Dead until he made Dawn of the Dead. And it really kind of solidified his place in the world of the new zombies that he had kind of helped create. He explores the zombies and the different types of zombies, but he also explores a lot of human stuff, human emotions, human types and tropes. So in this movie, you get the hero, the victim, you get this kind of manic adrenaline junkie, you get the asshole. And And with the Hare Krishna zombie, also you get him exploring the intelligence of zombies. Now, not great intelligence, but something more than just the basic zombie that's wandering around doing nothing. But you can tell this zombie has some kind of reasoning functions and can use tools and figure things out. And he goes on to explore that in other movies later on. This is the movie where the quote, the infamous quote, "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth." And this is the movie that comes from. And it's when Ken Foree's character Peter is talking about his grandfather saying that, and his grandfather was a voodoo priest. John Amplas, who was an extra in this movie, made appearances also in Toxic Zombies, Creepshow, and Day of the Dead later on. For this film, not quite on the level of Night of the Living Dead and not quite on the level of the next film. I'm going to give it a think about it. Think about it. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Onslow.
Oh, man.
How are you? You're looking very dapper today.
Thank you. I did a review of a George Romero film.
Oh, goodness, I love the George Romero. Such
Yeah.
a tragedy.
It is. He made some really great films, so.
He did.
And
Very iconic. Very
Absolutely.
iconic.
Absolutely.
High five. Jinx,
That's a
y'all
high
me a
five for
Coke.
the iconic. So, how are things going?
Things are going good. You know, a little slow today, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. It's the apocalypse. So, welcome to the apocalypse. Welcome to the apocalypse.
Welcome to the apocalypse.
So, how's the mail route going in the apocalypse? Good?
The mail route is good. You know,
Yeah.
we got some lettuce. We got some lettuce today.
Well,
I think
I mean, mail's been fairly solid for me since the apocalypse
only
started.
one again, but
Well,
still,
that's okay.
you know,
One is better than none.
one is.
Do we want to
better than
check it
none.
out
Are
and
you
see what it
ready?
is? Sure.
Are you
let's
ready
see.
for it? Are you
It could be
ready?
for you again. We had one for you not too long
Oh
ago.
goodness, wasn't that fun? Alrighty. Oh, I don't need a mail opener for the. I feel like
There's no
I feel
ear
like
or body part
Amazon
in there, is there?
opened
Okay.
this. No, it's
Okay.
it's blood free.
Blood free. Hmm.
Surprisingly, right postage.
Right?
Good.
Good. Excellent.
All right. Oh my goodness, this person has a lot to say. There are hearts in here.
Heart. Oh, I know what that means. Are they over the eyes? I'm just getting going.
There might be one.
Are there X's and O's?
Only if you want there to be.
Okay, let's go.
All
Let's
right.
hear what it has to say.
Dear Onslow, longtime watcher of zombie movies, new to your show. What advice would you give for a fella wanting to date a zombie? Question mark. I'm kind of shy and I don't know how to ask to get a date. I'm sweet on one, but she is on the other side of the field, if you know what I mean. Oh, I see. I didn't know if my family would approve. No one in my family has dated a zombie before, but true love is true love. Heart, 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 heart. Thanks in advance. Lonely human seeking zombie. Oh my goodness. Well,
Wow.
I feel like you should have a video of your own, you know. You get one of those, you go on one of those dating sites and you make the videos and you put it out there. You're very likable. As a zombie, not knowing who you were, I'd give you a call.
He seemed very nice. Did he put a phone number in there?
No, he didn't. I don't think
Well,
he wants us to call him. I think he just wants
maybe.
advice.
Maybe. Well, so the question is, should he date a zombie? Can he date a zombie? He wants to date a zombie. I think there's an anime about a human boy who's obsessed with zombies and wants a zombie girlfriend. It's called Sankaria.
I have not heard of that one.
Oh, you should watch that. We'll talk about it later. Let's talk about that another time. But in reality, I just think it may be dangerous for a human to date a zombie.
It may be dangerous. You know, there are a couple movies on that. Couple.
Yeah?
Literally, I think like 2.
I can think of at least 2.
But, you know, if you have enough restraints, who's to tell you what you can and can't do?
That could be good for any relationship. That's good advice.
That's right. That's
Whether it's
very
humans or
right.
zombies. Or
Thank you.
both. Who knows?
There you go.
So there we go.
Straight from the Onslow's mouth.
Well, I have another film that we're going to review.
Okay.
A short film.
This is my favorite part of the day.
know.
I just have so much fun.
This is
I
great.
never do anything else in my spare time.
So there's a short film called Samurai of the Dead.
This is a good one.
I call it a film. They called it episode 1 of a web series. But there was never an episode 2. So it's just an episode. So all we got is the 1 episode.
I have those all the time.
It does. It does. So, wow. The opening of this short film was really good. It was really intense.
It was pretty intense.
Like, this made me like really nervous, and I really liked this film. What did you think of this film?
I enjoyed it very much. I thought what's the word?
There's a word?
What's the word for the you know,
That thing.
anticipation.
Anticipation.
It's very good.
Like the ketchup.
Very
coming
great
out of- okay.
anticipation. Well, maybe, you know, you smack the back of the bottle and it just spills
But
everywhere.
yeah.
It's like,
That does happen. But you liked this film. You liked the anticipation of it. It was intense. Like
I
the
did
build
enjoy
up
it very much.
was very good.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could recommend this to people.
I would.
So let's just say it was written by Jimmy Wren and Jack Fang, and it starred Koi Win and Jarrell Abutin and Paul Rankin. So I liked it enough. I'm going to say don't wait. See it.
No spoilers.
No spoiler. Okay, a little spoiler. But anyway, intense anticipation. And that's all that I have for today.
That's all I got.
This has been Brainfood Reviewed. I'm Onslow the Undead.
I'm Maylee, the mostly dead meal lady.
We'll see you next time.